Quote Retreat by Sandor. One quote, one reflection, one thought that could bring a moment of light and energy to your day. Join me as we take a look at today's quote. The quote is by Anita Roddick, born 1942, died 2007. It reads, "Whatever you do, be different. That was the advice my mother gave me, and I can't think of better advice for an entrepreneur. If you're different, you will stand out." Let's take a moment together to explore the messages within this quote. Being different in business used to mean taking huge risks. But here's something wild. When Anita Roddick started the Body Shop in 1976, she turned being different into a $1 billion empire by breaking almost every rule in retail.
You know what's fascinating about that? The advice to be different actually came from a mother. It's amazing how that simple maternal wisdom shaped an entire business revolution.
Well, speaking of revolutionary, let me tell you something incredible about those early days. When she opened her first tiny shop in Brighton, she painted the walls green just to cover up damp spots. That signature green color became so iconic that people still associate it with ethical business today.
That's such a perfect example of how necessity drove innovation. I've read she also started refilling customers' bottles because she couldn't afford new ones.
Oh my gosh, yes! And you know what's wild about that? That makeshift recycling program became one of the first corporate sustainability initiatives in retail. Like, she literally turned her financial constraints into environmental leadership.
The way she approached business challenges was so unconventional for that time period. How did she manage to scale something so different?
Well, here's what's fascinating. By 1991, the Body Shop was opening a new store every 2.5 days. But get this, they did it with practically zero traditional advertising budget. Instead, she used her shop windows for environmental and human rights campaigns.
That must have been such a risky strategy in the 1980s, when everyone else was pumping millions into glossy ads.
Right? And here's something that'll blow your mind. By 2004, they had over 77 million customers worldwide, all through word of mouth and controversial campaign windows. She basically invented what we now call purpose-driven marketing.
You know what really strikes me about her approach? She wasn't just doing things differently for the sake of being unique. She was challenging fundamental assumptions about how business should work.
Exactly. And let me share something remarkable about that. When the Body Shop went public in 1984, she mandated that 10% of profits would always go to charitable causes. Like, she literally built activism into the company's DNA.
That kind of corporate structure must have seemed completely radical at the time.
Oh, totally. And get this, she was advocating against animal testing in cosmetics decades before it became illegal in the UK. The Body Shop's campaigns were actually instrumental in changing those laws.
So she wasn't just running a different kind of business, she was actively changing the rules for everyone.
And here's what I find most powerful about her story. When she sold to L'Oreal in 2006 for over £650 million, she made sure the Body Shop's ethical policies would remain intact. She was different right up until the end.
That really shows how being different isn't just about standing out. It's about standing up for something meaningful.
You know what's interesting? Today, every company talks about corporate social responsibility and sustainable practices. But Roddick was doing this stuff when it was considered bad for business. She proved that ethics and profits weren't mutually exclusive.
Well, that really brings it full circle to her mother's advice. Being different isn't just about being unique, it's about having the courage to challenge the status quo.
And maybe that's the most important lesson from her story. When you're different with purpose and conviction, you don't just stand out, you can actually change the world. I mean, look at how many companies now follow the path she blazed.
That's such a powerful legacy, showing that being different isn't just a business strategy, it's a way to create meaningful change.
And you know what? In today's world, where everyone's trying to be unique, maybe the real challenge is being different in ways that actually matter. Like Roddick showed us, it's not about being different for difference's sake. It's about having the courage to stand up for what you believe in, even when it's not popular.
With that, we conclude this exciting episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Your support truly helps this channel grow. See you again tomorrow. Yours, Sandor.